Hey, what's going on, y'all? Lincoln Infield here, Carolina's Full Throttle Magazine, and it is Wednesday, December 18th, and this is your weekend events update. Now, I don't know about you guys. You guys might be in a good, warm, fuzzy mood. Hey, man, by middle of December, I'm getting worn down, man. The bank account's empty. I think most presents have arrived. I'm still looking for that 36 knucklehead. It hasn't come in the mail. I don't know where it is, but that's just one of those things. The good news is we have plenty of time for guys to start shopping. We've got like 2 days left before we're going to start doing most of our shopping. And we've got all the deals inside the Carolina's Full Throttle Magazine. If you're looking for something motorcycle related, man, you don't have to search. Just look inside the magazine. We got deals all over the place. Now, we've already sent out our Wednesday event updates, whether you're subscribed to the email or the text message. You should have already gotten that. Otherwise, man, they're all inside this handy dandy print magazine that's been on the shelves since August of 1998. Do it the right way. Go by and pick up a magazine from your local biker-friendly business. But if you want those updates, man, we can still get them to you. And all you got to do is go to our website. It's going to look a lot like this. And you'll scroll down on our homepage there till you see a little thing that looks like this. It says subscribe to our events and updates. All you got to do is click on it. It'll take you to a screen that looks like this. Now you have the option. You can sign up for either text or email blast, but this will keep you in touch with the last minute updates and event things. I just don't want you to miss out on anything. I want you to have a good time. And speaking of the magazine, the December issue is on the streets. It's in the biker-friendly businesses near you. Make sure you go out there and pick up a copy today. Like I said, filled with events. It's filled with all the pertinent information that you need for shopping. There's deals on every single page, so just pick one up, cycle through it, and take a look. Now, we're on here to talk about events, and we will definitely get to that here in just 1 second. But before we get to that, man, I have a very, very special guest today, Mike Lipford, who is the GM of CrossRoads Harley-Davidson in Wilkesboro, North Carolina, has taken the time out of his day to join us. I'm going to bring him on here, man, so we can talk a little bit about CrossRoads Harley-Davidson and his journey in motorcycling. Mike, how you doing today?
Hey, Lincoln, I'm doing well. And you was talking about things being a little bit frosty. It's a little chilly up here in the foothills of the mountains.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful view. As a matter of fact, man, I wanted to say we had a blast, came up to the wing cook-off not too long ago. And for those of you guys that are wondering, the article will be in this upcoming issue, man. But beautiful ride up to the foothills and a great time, man. Had a blast. I appreciate you guys having us out there.
It was a good day and some really awesome wings. I mean, some of the best I think I've ever had.
I'll tell you what, I think my hardest problem that day was stopping eating the wings, man. There was, we got a pile of, we're eating them and stuff. I had a great time, man, but putting them down was difficult.
It was.
Right on, right on. Well, let's talk a little bit about you, man. CrossRoads Harley-Davidson in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Now, you are the GM, but let's get down to it a little bit, man. How did you get into motorcycling in the first place?
Golly, what a story. Really goes back to about 1996.
All right.
I met a gentleman by the name of Click Baldwin who owned Carolina Harley-Davidson. I didn't know anything about riding a motorcycle, really intimidated when I went into motorcycle shops, went into Click's old shop. And, of course, Click and Diane had a way of making you feel at home. And fortunate enough, became very good friends with Click and Diane and another gentleman named Moy Irvin. That was 1996, got a 1996 Heritage Softail. And from there, it went from 4 years later, fast forward, Click had me on the Kyle Petty Charity ride across America on a 2000 Road King. So that was my beginning into the journey of riding motorcycles. And, Click and Maury and myself took my daughter at 6 years old on her first poker run out of Gastonia, North Carolina.
Nice.
And you just look back on it and, it's 24 years. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Long time.
Well,
but it was a great journey. And, of course, rest his soul, Click's not with us anymore. But he taught me a lot about motorcycles, taught me a lot about life in general, and had a lot of fun with him.
Yeah, no, Click was definitely one of them real riders, and even in the way of dealership owners, man. Click was as real as it got, man. And it was a shame to have lost him for sure.
Yeah, and I feel fortunate, you know. I went on later and, you know, got to meet Mr. Ray Price and Gene, Don Tilley, Jimmy Allen down in Newbern.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I met some of the old timers that, you know, they're not with us anymore, you know, and they were loaded with knowledge. And unfortunately, nobody like yourself really got out and got around back then and was able to grasp that knowledge or write a book about it. But some real phenomenal people in the Harley-Davidson business.
For sure. But, you know, and the good news is that you were able to pick up kernels of information from them, man, and then pick up CrossRoads Harley-Davidson and keep that tradition alive, man. So CrossRoads Harley-Davidson, let's get into that now. How long have you been the GM over there at CrossRoads?
14 years. Agreed to come up here on a 1-year deal to see if I liked the dealership business, and so fast forward 14 years, I'm still here. And the only thing I knew about our dealership back then was I knew how to ride a motorcycle in one, motorcycle out of one. So it's a huge learning curve. Great staff, taught me a lot. Still relied on, you know, the Ray Prices and the Don Tillys of the world back then for advice. And like you said, you pick up a kernel here, pick up a kernel there, and you mold it in your own way. And, you know, I think we've done a lot of good things up here, and things are really looking good to keep this thing moving in the right direction with new staff members, some new creative on events next year. And so really looking forward to the future, but not forgetting where we came from.
No, for sure. And that's the deal. Like you said, staff, man, it's always a big deal. And I've watched over the last couple of years, man, you really have built a strong staff of people. You got experts in every category. So anybody that comes into CrossRoads Harley-Davidson, whether they're looking for parts, motor clothes, or a new motorcycle, man, you guys got them covered.
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, we got we not only got new staff, we got experienced new staff. So it means a lot, you know. Yeah. And everybody knows somebody, and you know, here everybody's willing to help everybody. And that's the cool thing is it's not just new staff, it is new experienced staff.
Right on. Well, I was lucky enough to snag some photos from your staff, and so I wanted to kind of bring those up, and maybe we can talk about a couple of those as they come across the screen, man. Tell me about this photo, man. This is a good setup right here.
Yeah, it's really cool. That was from North Wilkesboro Speedway Children's Charities annual ride through the town before their week race. You know, SMI's got North Wilkesboro open back up now, and we did a big trailer parade, and we were the tail end of the hauler parade that year, and it was a really cool deal. That was the first year back in North Wilkesboro, so it was a really good day. They even let us ride with no helmets.
Hey, look at that! You know, well, you experienced riders, man. You should be able to, man. How about this? What we got here?
Oh man, there's two legends right there. That's Jimmy Allen on my left arm right there. You know, he was the owner of Newbern Harley-Davidson, and of course, unfortunately, shut down about 2 years ago. Harley took that territory back over, but Jimmy was a icon in this sport and this hobby and this business, and of course on my right shoulder, the owner from Thunder Tower Harley-Davidson and Augusta Harley-Davidson down in Georgia. Another great family and another great owner there.
Yeah, the Prestons, right?
Yeah, the Gene Preston and Miss Betty, and you couldn't find a really good family organization. And I relied on him a lot over the years, along with, if you want to get it right, just call Miss Betty.
I know that's right, man. We worked with them for quite a few years, and their son Chris isn't half bad himself.
Chris is a good guy.
All right, and so I guess we made it out to the ride across America, huh? Yeah,
we did, and you know, in the words of Kyle Petty, here's the deal, right? And Kyle Van Pierce, one of the owners of CrossRoads Harley-Davidson, and I went on 11 rides across country with the Petty family, and we felt like it was a charity that we cherished. And that this particular year they stopped here in Wilkesboro, and I went up to see them and got to see a lot of old friends that I'd ridden with, and some of those guys have ridden on that thing for plus 25 years. And one of the guys I mentioned earlier, Maury Irvin, was on the ride that day, along with Diane Baldwin was on the ride that day. So really got to see a lot of good people that I hadn't seen in a long time.
Very good. Very good. How about what we got here?
A buddy of mine out of Creedmoor, North Carolina, Kenny Parham. We've been friends since around the year 2000. Ridden a lot of miles, a lot of Myrtle Beach bike weeks, a few Daytona trips, Key West. It's one of those kind of guys. He's better than a best friend. He's a true friend, and he's a good guy.
Well,
we're actually riding. We're actually going up to the shade. Where were we going that day? Up to I forget where we were going that day.
But the ride was good, right?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's what matters,
That's Finn. He's a local celebrity here in town. Never met a young kid with so much personality. He comes by every so often, and he was here this past Saturday, just before Santa Claus came, and we got our annual picture. I think I've been getting a picture with him since he was about 4 years old, and I think he's 9 now.
Well, see, this is kind of cool because this is part of building a community. And the dealerships are always the hub of the motorcycle community in the area. So this is awesome, and this is what we like to see is people that come back to the dealership every single year, man, because that's their home.
Exactly.
Right on.
That's another picture from North Wilkesboro Speedway Cars Tour race. We actually sponsored the Cars Tour race that night, and that was a little bit of fun we had before the race.
Yeah. Well, this is 2 legendary items here, man, with North Wilkesboro Speedway and CrossRoads Harley-Davidson. Those are matches made in heaven right there.
I'll tell you, they've really been really great for us to work with. They've supported us, and we enjoy Dina Parsons and Jessica Fickinger and those guys over there at SMI and Speedway Motorsports,
right on,
along with Speedway Children's Charities.
Right on. That's it. There we go. Still in Speedway.
Yeah, that's Ronald Queen right in the middle. He's he can tell you anything about Junior Johnson and that Speedway that you would ever want to know. Maybe give you more information than you need to know legally.
That's just the stuff you don't let go everywhere, man. But that's the stories that you want to hear,
Oh, absolutely.
Right on.
And that's Taylor Kirby in the middle, and Anastasia on one side. She does a lot of our PR and marketing here, and of course myself. And we were giving away, well, not us, but Speedway Children's Charities. That was last year's Christmas party. They gave away $215,000 to local charities here in Wilkes County.
Right.
Well, that number went to 300, and don't quote me on this, roughly around 340,000 this year.
Wow, that's a chunk right there. And see, I think this is kind of part of the deal here, where I don't feel like you at CrossRoads Harley-Davidson and your partner at Thunder Roads Harley-Davidson really get the what am I looking for? The thanks for like everything you guys do, man. You guys do so much in the community. You really don't get that back out of it for the credit that you guys need for everything you guys do for communities.
Well, I think, I can't think of any retail business that does what Harley-Davidson dealerships in general do for their communities. I don't know of a single dealership that don't give back to the community weekly, monthly, quarterly, or whatever in some shape or form. And a lot of people just don't know that dealers do that, not just CrossRoads Harley-Davidson. We work really hard. Our goal is veterans and kids. That's the 2 things that we really pride ourselves in helping. And we do a lot with the homeless too. But there is an award, the Citizenship Award, that I was fortunate enough to win at the Chamber of Commerce dinner this past year. And but yeah, we enjoy the events. We enjoy giving back to the community. It has a lot of, it's just a lot of joy, and it's very rewarding. And it's things that you really can't write stories about. You got to live it.
Yep. No, I understand. Like I said, this this is what we're looking for is like these dealerships, your dealership being the hub of your community, man. It's important to all the riders, you know?
Yeah, and those two guys are truly probably my best friends in life, and I also work for them. At the Louis Vuitton toboggan right there, he probably paid more than I made last year. But that's Van Pierce. He's one of the owners of CrossRoads and Thunder Road. Mm-hmm. And then the gentleman to my right, a legend down in Spring Lake, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Billy Wellens, William S. Wellens. He owns the other half of both dealerships, along with some other businesses they have. But those are the guys, the one with the toboggans, one that talked me into doing this for 1 year. And like I said, I've been in it now 14 years. And I couldn't do what I do without those two guys right there. They give me just enough rope to hang my damn self, you know?
Yeah. Well, you must be doing something right, man. Keep you on. And it's nice to have like a group, you know, this looks like a good team, man. And people,
oh gosh, if we could write the stories and write the, you know, away from work, the fun that the three of us have had, and you just, you know, I'm fortunate enough that I can remember most of it right now. Some of it I need to forget, but we've had a ton of fun together, and hopefully we're going to have more fun over the next few years because, like, you know, it's like Billy said, none of us are getting any damn younger.
No, that's the truth. There's no way to do that, you know. But hey, man, we should get together on some of the stuff, man. If you guys got something going on, man, we can get together and chronicle it all, you know. There you guys are again.
That's our Carolina Dealers Association, which you're familiar with a lot of the dealers in that association, from Amy to Mark up at Tobacco Road, and that we were at a party. That was pre-COVID because we haven't had a party since COVID. So those parties were a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. And I think that's something that some people miss out on is the fact that, man, a lot of the dealerships, you know, are friends and work together and stuff like that. It's really not pit against each other the way they feel it is.
You know, I think, you know, it's changed, but it's still good that we can, you know, rely on dealers. You know, you always have that 4 or 5, you know, Amy down Speedway, Mark up at Tobacco Road, Derek down at Tilly's. I've always had great relationships with them, and you have to be able to rely on another dealer from time to time, whether it's a part, a motorcycle, or shoot, just a gift or a pair of jeans for somebody.
Right. Well, you know, all the people you've named right there, man, those are long timers. Those are almost like family names in this industry for sure.
Yeah, that, believe it or not, that's part of the Kyle Petty charity ride right there. Van and I in the leather jackets, we were actually on the charity ride that year, and we landed in Charleston that night. And Billy, and that's Hillman right there in the orange shirt.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. I lost him last year. A great friend. And they came down in Hillman's boat, and we had the Seminole Indians on his boat that night out of Florida for a little after party. And of course, Hillman and Billy left on the boat the next morning. Van and I had to ride motorcycles, and I think we were a little bit allergic to Charleston. I had a little bit of a headache the next morning.
Yeah, that happens, you know. Yeah. And back to the community, man. Look at this, man. What we got here?
Oh, we got the Garwood twins, Jason Garwood. It's little girls there. We were at we do a haunted trail over at Cub Creek Park every year. We decorate along with the GOCs, which is Guardians of the Children. Mm-hmm. We do a haunted house. The first year we did it, I don't think the police department knew what to expect, but they let us do it anyway, and they've let us do it every time since.
Yeah.
So yeah, we bring the kids through there and wound them up with chocolate and send them home with mom and dad.
Hey, it's a good plan. And again, you know, hey, it's not a bad thing to keep the police department on their toes a little bit. But look, you guys, like really part of the community, man. And like I said, I keep saying it, man, but it's a big part of having you guys as the hub.
Oh, I think that, you know, a lot of people, you know, think that I'm really a shy guy, but I love to get out and talk to the community. Those folks, they broke down up on Grandfather Mountain one Saturday afternoon this past summer, and they caught me on my cell phone. I hooked up a trailer, went up to Grandfather Mountain, and got him and brought him down. And he turned right around while I had him here in the shop and traded for a new motorcycle.
Wow. See, there you go, man.
Yeah,
He found himself a new home, didn't he?
absolutely. He's been back since twice.
Right on, right on. Well, I appreciate you taking us down that. But now, let's get back to the dealership. And like I said, all these pictures kind of represent your involvement in the community at CrossRoads Harley-Davidson, being there for the community, for the riders and stuff like that, and being a place that they can come and go. Let's talk about CrossRoads Harley-Davidson a little bit. We've got some things coming on. Of course, you guys have shopping stuff coming up for the end of the shopping season going on.
We do. We've got what we call the VIP night, tomorrow night shopping, and some food and things like that, which is always a fun night. We had a big warehouse sale last Saturday, but this Saturday is really one of my highlights for the year. Is we do the Wilkes Road Alerts Christmas toy drive. So we will service north of 1,000 kids on Saturday, and it's all Wilkes County kids.
Right on.
We'll hand out $75 worth of toys to each kid that comes through.
Wow.
Up to age 10. And that's through the Wilkes Road Alerts, an organization that Eric and Elaine Duncan started. Gosh, maybe don't quote me on this, 12, 13 years ago. It's been going strong ever since. So that's one of my highlights for the year end. We got several benefits rides coming up next year. We got our combat bets that we do a lot with. But what I'm really looking forward to is right here, buddy. We've entered 2 bikes into the show. I'm really looking forward to that. 2 years ago, it was so dang cold. Oh, gosh. But we had a great time.
Yep.
And we're really looking coming down and supporting you guys. Another guy I don't want to leave out is you mentioned the Bulldog Award a couple of years ago that I won. Bob Carney.
Mm-hmm.
What a great ambassador to what we do for a living. He and Ginger and that entire staff over there are just totally amazing. And I know Bob looks at you just like a son. And sometimes I think he even treats me like one. It's just great people. And we're looking forward to your show. Right now, we've got a list of about 27 people trailering down or riding down, depending on the weather. But we put 2 bikes in your show. Actually, one of them is Van Pierce's bike, personal bike.
Nice.
So we're going to put it in the show. Not only do you support us, we want to pay that back to you. And we want to come down and support your show because I've had several people mention this year how it's improved, how you've learned from your first year. And so really looking forward to getting down there, and sneak my coolers in with Rodney from Twin City. And
I didn't hear any of that.
I have to have my medication.
There you go. Absolutely.
Hey, it's just a small cooler.
That's right. That's right. No, but I always appreciate you. You've definitely always come out and supported our events, and that's been a big deal for us. I remember talking to you at the first year, and yeah, the first year, man, we threw everything at the wall to see what would stick, and we were about 80% successful there, and refined that for the second year, man. But always glad to have you register some bikes. Just come hang out with us, man. Like I said, it's a big deal. And then you guys were out at Mayhem and Midway last year, right? It wasn't this year, but last year for the Bulldog Hero Awards. What a great honor. And Bob's a great guy, and he's been a supporter of ours as long as I can remember, man. So always happy to have you guys come out and hang out.
And I know we're getting close to this deal right here, Lincoln. I want to mention one thing. Years ago, the Carolina Dealers Association used to go to Myrtle Beach as a group, Maggie Valley as a group. I haven't reached out to Mark at Riding High, but I will. What a perfect opportunity to take a venue, and in a time when dealers can't claim that they're so busy they can't do it, to bring all the dealers back together in Greensboro, North Carolina.
I would definitely welcome that if that works out. I'm always open to that, because you're right. That used to be a big part of our year as well. In Maggie Valley and at the beach, man. Those were huge events. So
absolutely.
That would be great. I would absolutely love to have that.
A one-day event in Greensboro, you bring your tent. And, of course, at the end of the day, it's all in Mark's wheelhouse. That's his DAT and his territory. And Mark and I are really good friends. Another supporter that he's helped me when my son passed away with my concert. And so, I'm going to reach out to him. I know we can't do it this year, but it would be something. Amy's the president of our association, but it's something I will send out. And I will include you in that, and it'd be really great for the community and the area that we all cover to walk in there. And there's 17 or 18 10 by 10 easy ups from dealers all across North and South Carolina.
Oh yeah, and I figured even for the public, man, they'd love to see that and see what everybody's got going on. That might even put us into a 2-day event at that point. You know.
Well, you look at a lot of people, Lincoln, don't know who owns. So all the dealers came out and spent a day shaking hands.
Yeah.
A lot of people never get the opportunity to meet these dealer owners, principals.
Right.
Of course, Click, Don, and Ray, they were on hand, right? They were there all the time. A lot of owners now don't work within the business. They have other businesses. But what a great way to come out and meet them and meet you guys. And one big group photo. It would be an awesome day. And we'll bring you that 36 knucklehead. And
come on, baby. Come on. I've been wishing for years, just bring it, and I'm not even year specific, just, one of them will be fine,
Well, we got a friend in common, last name Hefner.
Down
at Iron Horse. Maybe we go through his chicken barn.
Yeah, that'd be something, and boy, that's a collection right there. And every time I end up hanging out with Luke, he brings something out new too. So it's always it's always something cool. I'm still hoping he's going to bring something to Greensboro.
I still got pictures in year 2000, Kyle Petty Cherry Ride, California. I was carrying Luke around on my shoulders. Do you think I could carry Luke today?
Well, I mean, hey, look, you never know. You work out, right? You could, but
I couldn't even start to get him.
I'd have to take a picture of that if I saw it,
Yeah, because I'd be on the bottom, down on the ground.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about 2025 and Harley-Davidson, man. This is probably not going to work, but any secrets you got for us? Anything you let us know?
Man, I tell you, it's the old story. If I knew, I would tell you. They keep that really tight-lipped. Yeah. Things have changed since COVID. The releases now from August, September to January. Rumor has it I got a secret little date out there when they're going to release them, but I leave to go to Milwaukee January 13th, 14th for a few days. And if I could run across any tidbits, you'll be the first to know.
Right on. Right on. Well, at least anybody that's interested can watch CrossRoads Harley-Davidson, and you guys will have a New Year release party whenever that does come up. Right?
Absolutely, and it'll be broadcasted all through Full Throttle and social media, and we'll get it out there, and we'll have a party here during the day. They do it at lunchtime, Eastern Standard Time every year. Yeah. So we'll do what we can, and we're looking forward to it. I don't know of any changes. Don't know of any new models right now. I know they're still going to have gasoline engines.
Hey, that's a good thing, man. I'm always going to push for them gasoline engines.
Yeah.
But that's at least the good news of it, man. And like I said, anybody that's out there watching, if you're looking for new model stuff, man, just pay attention to CrossRoads Harley-Davidson. Like I said, they're going to have that new model release whenever it happens, and you can swing by and hang out with them and make sure you get the first dibs on those new bikes, right?
It is, and and I don't want to hang up here and just let people know. Some of my new staff members, I got Anastasia back pretty much full time now. I got Eric Greathouse. He's my bike sales manager now. A lot of people know Eric. I got Cody Mabe, the legend, in his mind. He's our F&I manager now. And, we got a very experienced service team out there. So I'm really looking so much. We talked about it yesterday. So looking forward to moving into bike season with these guys in place, just based on what they've done the last quarter of this year. I mean, it's unlimited what we're going to do next year, I think. We've got a goal of 250 bikes next year. We're going to give away some good prizes for that. And there it is right there. We got a tax match. But really looking for, I think that 250, I think Cody and them guys are selling themselves short.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a goal, we got a number, and we're going to get it. And like I said, we're going to, everything we do, it'll be funneled through the Carolinas Full Throttle. And we're just going to keep with this partnership. We partnered up with Biker Trash Nation, right, with the Penix Group down around that area. So you'll see some of his stuff. So we're looking forward to it, giving some stuff away, selling some stuff, and just going to get through. If we can just get through January.
Oh, they look, that's the deal, but in between then, man, this is a great service time. So if anybody needs their bike rebuilt, wants new goodies, hey, soup that thing up before we get back to rally season. That's the time to do it right now, huh?
And if they have any doubts, have them call me directly here at the store. I'll work them up a price. It'll be, we'll even go pick it up and bring it back and work on it and take it right back to them. So it's looking forward to it. And, of course, looking forward to Saturday. We'll shoot you some pictures of the kids. They start lining up here at 5:30 on Saturday morning. We hand out the first toy at 9 a.m.
That's awesome.
We'll send you some pictures. It's phenomenal. Right. It really is to see these kids get something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's that time of year, man.
Yeah.
But I like to say, man, look, I really appreciate you taking time out of the day to come on the show and talk to us, and honestly, for being that beacon of light in your community, to be that hub for everybody to be able to come in and rely on and stuff like that. It's a big deal. So we appreciate that for sure.
Well, we get a lot, like I said, we get a lot of support from people. Linda Cheek over the Chamber of Commerce, the chief of police in town, the fire department, our local military, VFW. It's just the Foreign Legion riders. We get a lot of return support. So we're going to kick it again in 2025 and see what happens.
Right on, man. Well, if I don't see you before that, man, I'll see you in February, and hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and all that.
You too, Lincoln. I appreciate you.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. And there you have it, folks, man. Mike Lipford, the GM of CrossRoads Harley-Davidson in Wilkesboro, North Carolina, man. He's got everything you need, in the way of motorcycles, Harley-Davidsons, and everything like that. So that's such a cool thing. I really do appreciate him taking time to talk to us today. Like I said, they've got a lot of stuff coming up for 2025, the new motorcycle release, man. They're going to have their release dates out as soon as they get them. So awesome, man. I appreciate it. Now, let's talk about this weekend. We've got some events to talk about. And like I said, if you've gotten the emails and stuff like that already, you're up to date on all this. Otherwise, hey, let's talk about it. And I might, I don't. I'm not going to. There's actually a join our mailing list at the top of this too, if you want to click on that, if you've gotten that email, but make sure you check this out here. Starting off tonight, Wednesday, December 18th, Fort Bragg Harley-Davidson's having their VIP shopping stuff going on, and they'll be out there having it. And like I said, everything going on, man. There's so much stuff at Fort Bragg every month. They're our cover sponsor as well, so make sure you check them out. Thursday, December 19th, bike night with Josh Ryan at Big Daddy's Roadhouse in Fuquay Arena. And as you can see by their ad, they got stuff going on all the time. December 19th, bike nights, man. These people are serious about it. They are doing bike night. They're keeping with it. So make sure you check them out. And then in a couple, a week after that, maybe a week and a half, they're going to have their New Year's Eve party. So go out there and check them out for bike night, man. Go back for New Year's Eve party. And then Saturday, the lump of events, man. Christmas party season. We've been doing a lot of toy runs, doing stuff like that. So Christmas parties are up next. Springers in Greensboro is the first on the list. Starting at 6 p.m., they're going to have a barbecue dinner. They got live music, gift exchange. Bring $20 wrapped gift to participate in this, and they're going to have a good time. And if you see there, they've got a couple things coming up too. But if anybody's been to Springers and hung out, they know that when there's food on the table and Jeff's been cooking, that you're going to want to eat it, man. That's some good food coming out there. And it's eating season, baby. So get in there. Go see Springers on the 21st for their Christmas party. Cox's Harley-Davidson's having their year-end party in Asheboro, North Carolina, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is a Christmas luau. So throw on your Hawaiian shirt and get out there. And don't go lying to me like you ain't got a Hawaiian shirt. And if you don't, I've got a couple. I'll cover you. Don't worry about it. Always food trucks out there, always some adult beverages and stuff like that. Make sure you get out there and do that shopping. Like I said, December 21st, yeah, that's about time for guys to start shopping. So get in there and do this for sure. Toy Run, still got a couple on the docket. D&D American Performance out of Mooresville, North Carolina is hosting their second annual Toys for Tots Toy Run. and that is going to be on Saturday, December 21st. Registration is 1 p.m. for this event. Kickstands are up at 2 p.m. Make sure you bring an unwrapped toy or $10 per person so you can participate in this one. But they got free donuts and hot cocoa, man, so I am in for sure. Make sure you check that out. D&D American Performance, Mooresville, North Carolina. Let's see what else we got in at the Creedmoor City Tavern. They're having the Riding for Wreaths Across America, and if you've never participated in a Wreaths Across America event, oh boy, you're missing out, man. What a beautiful sight with all the wreaths on the veterans' graves and stuff like that, man. It's a big deal. It's very, very cool. So they're riding for the Wreaths Across America. Their registration's at 10 a.m. for this ride. Kickstands up at 11 a.m. $10 cash per person, or you can donate directly to Wreaths Across America. Pretty cool there. All right, now our friends at the Mountaineer Tavern in Kings Mountain, North Carolina, are having their holiday party as well, with a $25 gifts exchange. They always have great live music. Like I saw they have Throwdown Jones, I want to say, this Friday at Mountaineer Tavern. So another one, man, big time events going on. Mountaineer Tavern is one of them places, man. When you find it, when you get in there, you're going to have a great time. You're not going to want to leave. Back to Fort Bragg in Fayetteville. This is Saturday. They're having their ugly sweater day there. Make sure you're in there shopping, picking up everything you need. And then last but certainly not least, our friends at Bulldog Harley-Davidson are having their sip and shop open house in Smithfield, North Carolina, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now, this isn't your average hot cocoa. This is the boozy hot cocoa bar, just to get you loosened up enough to do a little bit of shopping, which isn't a bad idea. I'm telling you what, if I drank, that would help me out a little bit to loosen up that wallet a little bit, and everybody'd have a Merry Christmas except for my accountant. Harley-Davidson gift basket raffles going on that day as well, so make sure you check them out. And that's what we got for this weekend. Now upcoming, like Mike was so gracious to talk about, the Carolinas Full Throttle Magazine third annual custom bike show is coming up in February. This is presented by our friends at Carolina's Biker Lawyers. They support all of our major events, and we certainly do appreciate them. Make sure you get in on this now. Look, we are done selling vendor spots. All 100 vendor spots have been sold. Crazy to think about, because we still have like a month and some change to go until this event, but that's the way it goes with popular events. The thing about it is we can still take your motorcycle. Motorcycle registration is still open, and all bikes must be pre-registered. It's only $20 to register your bike, and you get a ticket to come in. So you can either pay $20 to come in, or you can pay $20 to register your bike, and you could be part of the bike show and take a chance at taking home part of the $12,000 that we'll be giving away at the bike show to the bike show winners. There's 25 bike show classes. I'm sure we can find one for your bike. So make sure you register today. That is on fullthrottlemagazine.com, or you can click this little handy dandy link right there if you've got this email. Also on that day, we are going to have the Perowitz Paint Show. What the hell? Me. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Blake's gonna try to win some money if he can get enough gas in that gas tank to get out there. So make sure you do that. But the Perowitz Paint Show, now these guys are world famous motorcycle painters. Dave Perowitz is the man, and he's bringing his daughter Jody, who is painting with him now, and she's also a land speed record holder. They will be judging paint jobs that day. No extra fee to be in the paint show, and they'll be giving away 2 custom painted awards, which are highly, highly coveted, man. More than I could even imagine when they started talking about it. But they do this show. They do it in Sturgis. They do it in Laconia. They do it in Daytona. They do it at the Smokeout. And now they're going to do one in Greensboro, North Carolina at the Carolinas Full Throttle Magazine Custom Bike Show. We're also going to have live music by them and Matt Walsh and the Movers. There will be live pinstriping going on by my buddy Ray Spencer of Universal Custom Pinstriping. Tattoos while you wait from Ink Lab Tattoo Company. They'll be set up over across the wall there with a limited flash display that you can choose from. Get yourself some ink while you're waiting around on your bike show results. In the Weeds Moto, photography will be there, and they're going to do a pop-up portrait shot for you, instant portraits at that. It's going to be a big deal. Like I said, $12,000 in cash prizes, 100 vendor spots already sold. We're working on those 200 custom bikes. So if you've got a bike, you want to put it in, man, even if you just want to see it on the floor of the Coliseum, man, enter your bike today. We'll get it in there. This is the Indoor East Coast Bike Show, but we couldn't do it without our friends, like I said, presented by the Carolina Biker Lawyers, but also sponsored by Encore Motorcycle Insurance, Riding High Harley-Davidson, who will be putting on a Harley-Davidson fashion show that afternoon. OK Recycling. Tim Griggs is not only a owner and lover of old motorcycles, but he does all kinds of cool recycling. If you've got industrial recycling to do, give him a call, man. He'll come out and buy you out of all your cool stuff. Indian Motorcycle Greensboro Triad is also a return sponsor for this event. We really appreciate them. They're also the sponsor of the Indian and the Victory class. So if you got bikes for that, man, make sure you put them in there. What's that, Blake? Would you say? Okay. And certainly not least, man, my friends at the Law Tigers always come out big for this event, man. We appreciate them as well as one of our top sponsors. So, man, like I said, gonna be a big event February 1st. Now, if you're gonna put a bike in the show, you'll have to load in on the 31st. But the show will be inside the Greensboro Coliseum February 1st. It'll be 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and it's only $20 to get in. Kids 10 and under are free. So make sure you go ahead and do that. And by the way, guys, tickets are on sale right now. You can go to our website or the Greensboro Coliseum's website, or hell, you can go on Ticketmaster and look up Carolina's Full Throttle Magazine Custom Bike Show and get your tickets now. They make great stocking stuffers. So if you're looking for something for somebody that's got everything, they might not have tickets to the bike show, but they're going to need them. All right, so that's what we've got going on. Let me get back over to the screen and take it off there. That's what we've got going on this weekend and into February. We're working hard to finish up this January issue. It's actually got to go off today. So I got to get back to work here, man, but be looking for your brand new January issue coming out on December 30th. If I don't see you before then, man, I hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas vacation, beautiful Christmas day, all your loved ones around, and you get that special motorcycle you've been wishing for years. Just got to put it out there. So that's the deal, guys. That is 41 minutes of your life that you'll never get back. You've completely wasted it, but I appreciate you spending it with me. Big thanks to Mike Lipford, the GM of CrossRoads Harley-Davidson, for coming on the program today and talking to us a little bit about his getting into Harley-Davidson, becoming the GM, and all the things that CrossRoads Harley-Davidson does for their community and can be doing for you. So make sure you check them out in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. All right, pick an event, go to it, or just go ride your motorcycle and have a big time. If you need anything, give us a shout. We'll be here for you at Carolina's Full Throttle Magazine. Check you later.